The Full-Time Review Show here on Alibeg AB TV is supported by and brought to you by Saltire Energy, the global market leader in specialist drilling equipment rental. And if you're watching from Australia and have plans to attend the AOG Energy at the Perth Convention and Exhibition Centre, why not visit my sponsor, Craig International, during the 3-day event. They will be on Stand G7 and very much looking forward to meeting you all. What an astonishing afternoon at Aberdeen Football Club yesterday. First of all, the Dons beat Kilmarnock to progress to the semi-finals of the Scottish Cup. And then shortly afterwards, interim manager Neil Warnock steps aside and Peter Leaven is put back in charge of first team duties. This season continues to baffle us all. Hi everybody, a very warm welcome to this live edition of the Full-Time Review Show here on ABTV on YouTube. How are you doing? First of all, what a mental day yesterday. Thank you so much for the response to the live reaction show after we found out that Neil Warnock had stepped aside. It's done over 3,500 views, which has absolutely blown my mind. So thank you so much for tuning in. Really enjoyed it yesterday. It was fantastic. The interaction with you guys was phenomenal. So thank you. Really enjoyed it. So tonight, the aim is just for you to, 24 hours later, once you've had a chance to sort of digest what is going on at the football club, to come back on and tell us your thoughts. So the comment section is now open. It's underneath the video box. All you have to do is just leave your comment there. As always, don't use bad language and please be respectful of those who also comment on the platform as well. I'd be very grateful for that if you wouldn't mind. So I'll get, we'll do all the bits and pieces that we normally do, the match stats, Neil Warnock's thoughts before he left, and then we'll get to you guys. So the chunk of the show will be dedicated to you guys. But, I think where we need to start tonight is with the gossip about what, who will become Aberdeen's new manager. So first and foremost, as we spoke about yesterday, it's our understanding that it will not be Neil Lennon. So a few reporters yesterday bumped into Alan Burrows, and Alan Burrows said 100% it will not be Neil Lennon. Even though those rumours continue to spread. But, from what I understand, it will not be Neil Lennon. The rumours about Steve Clarke, Scotland's manager, continue to gather pace. But today, the one name that has stuck out more than anybody, and we mentioned this yesterday, is current Northern Ireland manager Michael O'Neill. So let's remind ourselves that Michael actually played for Aberdeen on loan in season 1997-1998. He played 8 games in total before he went down south, where he joined Reading on loan. While he was with us, he came on loan from Coventry City. So a lot of folk are expecting an announcement before the Dundee game. I personally would like an announcement before the Dundee game. I think we need to get the new manager in as soon as possible. I think Neil Warnock was absolutely spot on when he talked about the new manager coming in. Let's just remind you what he said yesterday. All along, I've said I was here to help and that I would give my advice, and my advice is that they should get the new manager in as soon as possible. It needs quite an overhaul of the squad in the summer, and it's no good waiting until then to get someone in. You need to give a manager the chance to look at it for a couple of months so he knows what needs doing over the summer. The recruitment needs to be spot on in the summer. So, can you go away? Thanks. So just going back on what happened with Neil Warnock, he had a discussion in midweek with the board, and there was an agreement that he would step down after the Kilmarnock game. So that was the agreement that was put in place. And obviously he gave them his advice and his feedback on what they should now be doing. Now, I cannot believe for one moment that the football club would allow him to leave without having somebody at basically ready to go. Now, I know that the chairman came out yesterday and said that the talks with the new manager are at an advanced stage, which I really hope, reading between the lines, is basically it's done. And that he is appointed as soon as possible. So Peter Leven is obviously going to be in charge. I guess he would have taken the warm down today. And I guess until the new manager gets announced, he will begin preparations for the Dundee game on Wednesday night. So it's all a bit mad. It's all a bit baffling. But hey, what should we expect? Because it's been like that all season, hasn't it? So yesterday, the game. First and foremost, I have to say, it was a hugely improved performance, and it was a good watch. I really enjoyed watching us yesterday. Neil made his changes. He got the formation absolutely spot on. Jack McKenzie came in for Richard Jensen, and Jamie McGrath came in for Dirk. And I have to say, I thought the two of them were absolutely magnificent, particularly Jack. I think he has been our most improved player this season. I thought he was absolutely phenomenal and deserved a Man of the Match award. I quite like Killian Phillips yesterday. I think sometimes he's a bit clumsy, but I love his work rate and ethic. And I think, us as fans like nothing more than somebody who absolutely gives it his all. And I thought he was excellent yesterday. And I think Junior Hoylett is going to be a brilliant acquisition for us. And you never know, we might just be able to keep him beyond the end of this season. So the match stats, 53% to their 47%. We had 10 shots in total to their 7, of which 8 were on target. We gave away 12 fouls, and we somehow managed to get 4 corners in the game to their 6. Set pieces continue to be a wee bit of an issue for me, but I'm not going to be negative about anything because it really was a huge win yesterday, particularly considering how badly we have played against Kilmarnock this season, shipping 5 goals, losing 3 games, not scoring against them, and everyone expecting Kilmarnock to come up and basically do us over. So we won the physical battle, which we called for and we asked for ahead of the game. And I have to say, the lads absolutely matched them for it. I'm desperately sorry for Graham Shinney. I can't believe he's going to miss the semi-final, and I cannot believe the referee booked him for dissent when it was a clear foul on him on the edge of the box. The lad sent him absolutely flying, and the skipper gets booked for dissent. You just can't make it up, can you? So overall, absolutely thrilled with what went on. But now it's a case of let's wait and see what happens next. Right, let's start opening up your thoughts. Let me pause that video. There we go. Just let me lift everything. Oh, there we go. Okay, let's get to the top. So the Last of Us Goat says, "Hey mate, Sheepwill from Facebook here. How you doing, fella? Thanks for joining in and watching tonight. Can't be bothered," I said. So who has everyone heard who is coming in? The Last of Us Goat continued to say, "Much better yesterday." Gordon Keith Ritchie said, "Great win. Hopefully give the team a lift for the rest of the season. Now get a manager in place to get things sorted. Come on, you Reds." Mark Clark has said, "Heard about Steve Clark and also Michael O'Neill as well," which seems to be the general consensus all round. Can't be bothered, I said, "Michael O'Neill seems to be the favourite on social media." The Last of His Goat said, "Who do you all want? I'm leaning towards the controversial Neil Lennon. I'd love Nathan Jones too." Well, we can forget Neil Lennon because that's not happening. Alan McDonald has said, "The whole Warnock saga felt a bit strange. Glad it's over." 33 days he was in charge of us. 33. 2 cup wins, no league wins. Bruce McKenzie said, very disappointed with Graham Shinnie for getting booked for dissent, knowing he was on a suspension with 5 minutes to go. 2 goals up, yes, it was a clear foul, but to run after beaten was a bad idea. Yeah, I'll take that. Should have just taken a deep breath and walked away, eh? Yeah, I'll take that. Paul C. Ricky said, still baffled about yesterday. Bit of a low after buzzing about the game. Captain Shinnie played a blinder. It was a cracking goal as well, wasn't it? I know it took a bit of a net going in, but what a hit. Jack Bruce said, just be positive now, even though my positivity will change after the next game. Paul Donaldson has said, good evening, Ali. Still trying to get my head around yesterday. From the outside looking in, the club looks to be in total chaos. But if they knew about the new manager coming in very soon and Neil Warnock, and Neil Warnock leaving them, then maybe things are a bit more under control and calmer on the inside than they look from the outside. Yeah, that's why I'd be absolutely astonished if the chairman and the board allowed something like that to happen, just for Neil to just walk away without actually having anybody earmarked to come in immediately. It would be an astonishing decision. Can't be bothered has said, I think Warnock has left due to medical issues. Well, we just don't know. Alan Nichols said, come on, Ali, you said you knew Michael O'Neill. You must have some info. Blink once if it's Michael, blink twice if it's not. Okay, so let me just reiterate that and just digress slightly. So I got to know Michael very well when he used to come out and act as a pundit when I was working for beIN Sports out in Qatar, and I got to obviously know him very well. It was an obvious conversation opener for me to introduce myself to him. And we hit it off immediately. And whenever he came out to Qatar, he would come over for dinner and we would go out for walks around the Pearl where we used to live. And he's just a lovely, lovely chap. So yesterday, I was tempted to message him, but I chickened out. Today I didn't. So today I did message him. And all I wrote was, now then, with a winking emoji. But he's not come back to me. So, which I'm not surprised about. So I genuinely don't know if it's Michael O'Neill or not. I've been told through a fairly reliable source that it is. But honestly, it's just gossip at the moment. Malcolm Park said, good evening, Ali. Hope all is well. All is well. Thank you, Malcolm. Al Mitchell has said, hi, Ali. Fit like? Doing fine. Shocker yesterday. Didn't see that coming. God knows who will take over. I hope it is somebody with real experience. Yeah, I think it will be. I think it really will be. Gigi has said, Willie Miller, Michael Stewart and Billy Dodds were utterly dumbfounded by the developments after the game, and there is something way wrong here. And why is Warnock needing to sign a disclosure agreement? Is he? Did he have to sign a disclosure agreement? I haven't heard about that. That's a first on me, fella. Baz Strachan has said, wouldn't one of those Netflix or Amazon documentaries following a club have been amazing this season if they had followed the Dandies? Worth a subscription, I would say. Taskview has said, we got the new manager bounce after he said he was going. Well, you could argue that. Because, just sort of, again, digressing on that point, even though we're having a chuckle about it, he did tell the players before the game that this was going to be his last game in charge. Paul Donaldson said, Junior Hoylett was outstanding yesterday, involved in all 3 goals. Yeah, it was his best game for us. It's always going to take him 2 or 3 games just to settle in a bit. Souza said, happy with the decision. I think it's the right one. Get permanent manager in ASAP to give them a chance to rebuild. I think that the board or Neil appreciated the size of the task. New manager announced soon, please. Do you know what? I completely forgot that there was another Scottish Cup game going on, and it is currently 1-0 to the Rangers. And what's happened here? Hibs are down to 9 men. They've had 2 red cards in the space of 2 minutes. Whatever. 123 Wee Dave has said, Hoylett and Killian are both useful additions. The former brings composure and attacking guile. The latter is a box-to-box battler with the combative qualities we've been lacking. Great post. Spot on. Close that. Neil Strachan said, I'm impressed by Killian Phillips. Get him in defence or up top with Big Bojan. And as for the new manager, I think it will be Lennon. John Moore said, huge win and hopefully use the momentum, but can't help thinking change could unsettle this already fragile team. Did the players play well as they knew Warnock was off, or was it a farewell? Yep. Sue said, BBC pundits having a paddy yesterday was a great listen while stuck in traffic. I can't believe you're listening to BBC Scotland and you're not listening to the big Saturday football show on North Sound. Malk Gordon with an emoji of a circus and the word continues is all he posted. Suze went on to say, Hoylett had a great game. Hope he stays. Dave B has said, glad Warnock has gone. I don't think he added much in a managerial sense. I still think it was all about him. Leaving before the next manager is appointed is unbelievable. Something is not right. John Calo makes an excellent point. If O'Neill is ghosting you, that's all you need. I can't argue with that. I really can't. South Stand View said, great result all round. Warnock was on a jolly. I feel for Shinzo. Craig Robber said, I think we have a reasonable squad. A lot of good footballers at the club. They just need some structure and direction. We can still rescue the season with a Scottish Cup and back into Europe. Graham Findlater said, Cormac needs to get this absolutely spot on. He is leading with too much emotion, not only to get us out of this situation, but to push on and restore pride next season. South Stand View went on to say, great result yesterday. Glad Warnock has gone. He was okay. Feel for Shinza. He was on fire yesterday. The referee was just awful all afternoon. Don't agree that the squad overhaul. John Dorwood, hi John. Great result yesterday. Shows benefit of width and strength with Hoylett and Phillips in the team. Al Mitchell said, I've just heard about Gordon Strachan. No need to apologise, Paul. John he's just said that. Malk Gordon has said, hope your recovery is going well, Ali. It is. Thank you very much. Yeah, so it's been, 5 weeks now since my surgery and doing 100 times better. Managed to put a bit of weight back on, got my energy back, starting to get my strength back slowly, just feel more energetic, feel more alert, don't have any more stomach issues, which is great. So I've got a meeting with my surgeon and my supervising doctor at the end of this month, and hopefully if all things go well, they will do another procedure with me towards the beginning of next month, and then hopefully we will be back to full fitness. So thank you for asking. I just wanted to check. Zeus came back and said, North Sound too new for my old pa. Come on, getting about it. It's a great show. Hewitt Super Sub said, what about Robbie Nielsen? Could we take a chance on him? I don't know. I've got to be honest. I personally don't want this Scottish Premiership manager merry-go-round. It troubles me. I'm just not up for it at all. I just want to check something to make sure that I've got my information correct. Hang on a second. One moment. It is. It is. Okay. Right, just let me open up. GG has just messaged to say Rangers are now 2-0 up. So it looks like they're into the semi-final draw with Celtic. And then, obviously, the last game tomorrow night, Morton against Hearts, and then the Scottish Cup semi-final draw will be made directly after that game. Kevin Maynard said, yesterday was a brilliant performance from every player in a red shirt. We as fans only ask for 100%, and we certainly got it yesterday. Still baffled that Warnock is away. Dave B says, I agree, Ali. We don't want the usual Scottish suspects. Okay, let me just open up my Facebook page because there's a lot of there was a few comments that came on there as well. So let me have a quick look for it. Right, so let me go to all comments. Right, so Colin Stewart said, so Michael O'Neill apparently being lined up. What do we think of that? Ex-Aberdeen player and Brechin manager, local connections, etc. Mike Hughes has said, we cannot seriously be looking at Michael O'Neill. Are they looking to empty the stands? David Ennis has said, Phillips put in a huge shift, doing the chasing, closing down and tidying up. An important and overlooked role that Ramadani filled last season. No doubt he'll be a Rico-esque referee magnet in weeks to come. Hope not, mate. John Robb said, good win. Also thought Jack McKenzie played a blinder. Strange time for Warnock to go, but I've heard it could be Michael O'Neill for the new manager. Martin Smith said, thought shape was good, fight was there, defensively solid, save for the one bit of indecision, which led to the Killy goal, but looked good in second half. If we are close to announcing a new experienced manager, then Warnock has done the right thing, and BBC Scotland, especially Kenny McIntyre, can hold their tongues and actually applaud the maturity shown by the board and the interim. Only time will tell. You know, if the new manager gets announced, you know, within the next 24 to 48 hours, for me, the Dave Cormack and the board have got it absolutely spot on. And, you know, to me, I will tip my hat to them. But if he's not... Lewis Sutherland said, yesterday showed just what the players can do with the right formation and personnel in the right positions. For me, Shinnie, Barron, Phillips, Hoylett and McKenzie were all superb, and Gartenmann looked a lot more solid with McDonald partnering him than he has done with Jensen. Fingers crossed, yesterday was a turning point and Warnock leaving doesn't set us back again. Alistair Davison said, I think Warnock walked after a few home truths about the running of the club, and I have a feeling they have no one, because if they did, why was he not taken over after Saturday? Okay. Right, just let me check if there's any more. Yep, there's a few more coming in on YouTube. The Mad Ferret said, hi folks, late to the party tonight. A lot of noise on Facebook about Michael O'Neill being the next appointment. SITV said, no thanks to O'Neill. John Dorwood has said, so much conflicting info on rumours around managers, but hope it is someone in work with a good pedigree. Was thinking Mark Robbins would be an option too. That's not a bad shout. It's doing really well. Can't be bothered said, bring in Di Canio. Dearie me, could you imagine? How do 1% govern 99% said, and it's a very good point, Hoylett is everything we needed Morris to be. Spot on. Standing free since 1903 said Neil Warnock walked as he knows we're getting Greenock in the Cup semi-final. Excuse me. John Moore said, don't know much about Michael O'Neill, but not overly enamoured. Back whoever comes in, but Dave needs to get his appointment right. We can't keep having the deja vu manager vibes. South Stand View said, I would let the players take charge on Wednesday. They obviously did that yesterday. free to play as they had previously. SITV says, something tells me it could be Rooney, as in Wayne Rooney. Well, SITV, what tells you that? Come back and let us know. Rod Cow said, if the only thing Warnock gave us during his time as Hoylett and the wake-up call this club desperately needed, then he did us a favour. All the best, Ali, to you and your good health going forward. Thank you, mate. Stuart Cleary says, so was Warnock only here to see what the players were really like to train with and how they played for a new manager coming in? As we have all been saying on your show, he never acted as an interim manager. Yeah, you see, again, forgive me if I'm repeating myself to you, but it was one of the questions I posed to Michael Grant, Scottish football correspondent for the Times, and when I interviewed him last week, and I said, is he here as a manager or is he here as a consultant? Because I genuinely don't know. To me, it was more of a consultant. Kevin Main said, Steve Clarke would be my pick. He's done wonders with the national team. Or look abroad for a young, hungry manager, not wanting any of the usual suspects that's been linked. Barry Reid said, Steve Clarke, my pick too. Right, how long have we done? Okay, we're just coming up to just over 25 minutes. Right, so I'm going to call it a day. So thank you so much for watching, as always. And can I just take an opportunity to wish all the mums who are watching the show, who have followed me on social media and continue to watch the programmes, a very happy Mother's Day. I hope you've been absolutely spoiled rotten today and you've had a fantastic afternoon. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you again on Tuesday for the preview show ahead of the Dundee game on Wednesday night. And, look, if something happens in the next 24 to 48 hours, I will come on live and we will react to any news that comes out of Pittodrie. Sorry for the slight pause in pictures there. Right, guys, take care. I'll see you very soon. Bye for now. Stand free.